So here we are at Triangle RV, and it's a nice spring day. Today we are doing a demonstration for you on the 2021 Winnebago Revel 44E. The fella that knows everything there is to know is John, and yeah, he's going to walk through it. You'll probably hear me occasionally. I'm Wendy, and here we go. Okay, here's John.
Hi everybody, we're going to take a look at this beautiful unit right here by Winnebago. First thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock our front doors, and we're going to take a look under the hood. And use our little prod rod over here to keep her up. Slot. There we are. All right, when we're looking right here, we can see we're going to be putting windshield washer fluid in. Our master brake cylinder is here. We come over to the other side, we have a radiator fluid and oil in. If we look around, you'll find that we're not seeing a dipstick. Now there is a reason for that. Mercedes-Benz has decided. Down below in here is our power steering unit, so it's very accessible and easy to get to. Now when it comes to the starting battery is located under the floor on the driver's side. Very difficult to get a jump start, but here's what they've done. If we take a look in here, that's your positive side, and over on the fender is your negative side. So you would hook your jumper cables to these and be able to start the vehicle up. Just so everybody knows where it is, your release for your hood is right here. This little lever pulls down this way and opens the hood. Driver's seat is where your fuse panel is. For putting fuel in, it is right here. The nice thing about this is, close the door, nobody's getting in there. We're going to move our way along here. Our one output right here is strictly for our gray tank. We would remove our cap, put our hose on, put that down in the sanding hole, and open up our valve. That'll drain all the water out from the sinks and the shower. Up top is our cassette for the toilet. There we go. The little blue lever at the bottom is what we need to pull up out of the way, and then it slides right out. Very easy to operate, and all you have to do is dump it into the sanding.
Can you attach a sewer hose to that?
You don't need to.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's smaller than the regular ones.
All right.
We're going to put this back inside, roll it in. We're going to go past that little spot so it's locked into place. When it went in, it also opened the top closure so that when you are flushing, it's going to be going into the tank. We're going to close this up. On your key ring, there's a black key. Put this here, and we're going to lock it. All right. This is your power cord. When you're plugged into power, you'll notice you have a blue light. That's letting me know that they turned the power on in the campsite. The cord's about 25 feet long. Currently we are plugged into 30 amps. Now I will strongly suggest that you get a 30 amp surge protector to protect your investment. On your rear ladder, you'll have a little slot right here that you open up, and this enables you to put your key in. You're going to turn your key so that you can undo the bolt. There we go. This prevents anyone from taking your ladder. All right. Okay. Now that it's unlocked, we can take this off, pull it up, What we do is we come around to the side. Notice how it goes up against the rubber on the side of the coach. This will enable you to be able to go up and clean off the solar panel. We don't want it getting all covered with dirt. You don't want your solar panel being really dirty, so you want to clean it off once in a while. Use a very, very mild soap and a very soft cloth to clean it off, and then make sure you rinse it off. So, when we look here, we have our drop-down screen, so we can keep this down and keep all the bugs out. When we look over on this side, this is your battery disconnect right here. You have two disconnects that look like this. This is strictly for your batteries at the back, and then you have one for the system up front. When we get up there, you'll see that as well. We have a light switch here, which turns on our lights underneath the drop-down bed. We have USB charging station, and then the next one down we have for a portable solar panel. The unit comes with sewer hose for doing your gray tank. You have the blue curly hose that hooks up to your outside shower system. You have a remote control for your fantastic fan. Your shower curtain is in the box for you. You have a little 4-foot hose, and you have a manual override for bringing the bed down. Also, what they've included in here is the lug nuts for putting your spare tire on. Now, they've given us a wrench that goes with the coach. You have the two different sizes for the different lug nuts. You'll also need this wrench. Take these two little tabs out.
Okay.
You'll need to take this tab and this tab out, and there's a nut in here that you're going to lower down. Underneath there's two little tabs that pull back, and you can drop the spare tire down to be able to get it out. Alright, this is our water manifold. We hook the city water right here. We have all our different functions as we go along. We can see we have dry camping. You can power fill the tank from here. You have city water hookup. We have winterize, and we have sanitize. Also on here, see this little switch here? When we turn that on, and we go over to the side, this turns on the outside light on this side. So if you're having to dump your gray at night, you've got a light to be able to see here. The switch above it can operate your water pump from here. You also have another switch at the monitor panel to be able to turn the water pump on. In behind here, we're going to take a look at what you got. You undo this one, pulls out of it and up, comes off. As you can see, we have our lithium batteries sitting right here. It's very important to go in here during the winter time. When you're going to have this sitting out in the cold, you want to make sure it is plugged in, and you turn this switch to on. These are blankets that are going to keep these batteries warm. Perfect. Alright, we're going to take a look at the key fob here. What we're first going to do, we're just going to lock the unit. Okay, so now everything is locked. Now, if you don't want to be going in and out of the front doors because you're in the campsite, what you can do is hit the very bottom one. That'll unlock your sliding door and also the rear doors without unlocking the front doors. Now, I've got a door open right now, so if I try locking the van, it won't lock. You need to have all the doors properly closed to lock the system. All right. So we look at the side here, we see we have three valves. This valve and this valve is just for water lines for draining them. The middle one is for draining your fresh water tank. We look up top, you have your outside table. Click, click, comes down. It's just like that. When putting this away, what you want to make sure is you make sure the wire is out from behind it so that it doesn't bind up against the wall. There we are. Outside, right now we can see our screen is rolled up and out of the way. When it is down though, you can sneak in this way.
Right.
So you don't have to undo the screen. So a magnet brings it right back. We have two switches right here. One is for our awning in and out, and one is for the awning light. One touch. This is bringing our awning out. There we are. So our awning light switch, when I turn that on, as you can see, you have LEDs all along the end of the awning. If you're in the van and it starts getting really windy, the nice thing about this unit is, let's simulate some heavy wind here. It will go in automatically for you. Moving on to the next two switches here, we have this one. The first one comes on, has a little green light, and if we look down below here, it's a light underneath the running board. The second one turns the porch light on just above the passenger door. Alright, your fridge is 12 volt. We undo the little lock here, pull up, press down, we open our fridge, and as we can see inside, just below the freezer part is where you set it to how cold you would like it to be. And you have a little freezer. That's the drain. Okay. Now we're at our sink here. If we had our water pump on, we'd be able to get water into our sink. Then when you want to drain your sink, you're going to press this button here. That turns the water pump on for the drain part and puts it into the gray tank for you.
Okay.
Alright, so we're at our bathroom door here. It's got the lock on the top. We're going to twist this around and we're able to pull our door open. Light switch is right out here. You have bright or not so bright. Bamboo slots can be taken out. We'll just put that one there. This enables us to see our toilet here. It's very simple to operate. We have a little button here that'll give us water into the bowl. You need either your city water on or your water pump on. So after you put some water in the bowl, use the facility, then bring the little lever over to everything go down into the cassette. Now, when you're using this type of unit, you want to make sure that you do put chemical in your cassette and you use the proper type of RV toilet paper.
Oh.
Place to put shampoos. Down below is where you put your toilet paper in. Have our little instructions in here for you as well. There we go. Up top is where our shower head is. You also have, you can stop the flow, get lathered up, and rinse off. Also up in here, we push up and turn our fan on. Down. Up top, earlier I showed you it has a remote control for your fantastic fan. You also have override here. Press our power button. It'll automatically open up and be on and pull the heat out of here. Little key on your key ring fits in right here. Turns the on position and we can lower our bed down. Now once you get to a certain point, you want to make sure that you have the little cushions just up out of the way so the bed can go all the way down. Then we're going to press this down a bit more to get it all the way down. in, just straighten out your little cushions, and you've got one great big bed.
Can you lie down across that, John? I know you're well over 6 feet tall.
I can sleep in here at 6'8".
Crazy.
We have two light switches over here. First one is underneath the bed. This one is above us, and you have two levels as well. Also, over on the wall here, we have our 12-volt hookup and our USB charging station. You also have little lights, make it a little bit easier, and your windows bring up in different stages for them. And close it right off, or we can let some light through and not let the bugs in. Bring this back, lock it into place. When we look up here, this is our air conditioner. Now we can run this by being plugged in, or we can run it off the inverter system. But I will say that would be a temporary measure. You don't want to be constantly running the air conditioner on the inverter, because you are going to deplete the power in the batteries. Your solar panel is not going to keep up to an air conditioner. This is our main button here. We turn to the on position. Now it shows that we've got it set at a temperature. We can run through the different modes on it as we go along. We go to fan modes, on and off, up, and we can take this and change our temperature, go up or down, whichever way you want to go. You see it runs through all your different modes.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to open this little box here, and as you see, when you look in here, you have all your 110 breakers all the way along. If we go to this one here, and there's all our 12-volt fuses. So very simple to get to. Here.
Okay.
We have a GFI plug right here. I suggest you test this once in a while to make sure it's working. If you've plugged something into one of the other outlets and it has a short in it, it's going to pop this GFI and turn off all the plugs to protect the circuitry. And down below, we have a little place to store things in as well. So we have a few switches here. Of course, that first one we saw was for inside our bathroom. The next one here turns on our main lights so we can see everywhere. If we don't want it so bright, we can turn it down a level. This one here, up in behind our videographer here, is the little light bar, and it has two levels as well. This little black box here, we're going to give this a tap. It lights up. This is our system for our hot water and our furnace. So if we want hot water, see the little tap with the drip? Press that, it lights up red. It says starting. We're going to bring our temperature up by just rotating along here. There we go. So you can set it to whatever temperature you'd like that water to be. Next one, you see our little heat vapor lines coming up, and it says off. We're going to touch that, and then we're going to bring our temperature up, and this is for our furnace. The combi system will run on diesel or 110. If we're plugged into power, we might as well just use our
Power.
110. So we can hit the button here, and it's going to be running on 110. We don't want it running on 110, we shut her down. Now it's strictly going to be running on the diesel. We don't want our hot water on, press our button, furnace on, we press our button, and it turns it off. And we can just scroll this back down. Get it to come down to, you have to have the right finger. And off. This is our small monitor panel. That's water pump. We lit it up. We're going to get it to come on. There we go. So water pump is on. So if we needed water at any of our taps or any shower outlets, we now have water. If we're hooked to city water, we do not need to use our water pump though. Turn that off. Next one is tank level. It shows that Our gray tank and our fresh tank is empty. Next one over is battery level, and it shows the chassis battery and the house batteries. After a little while, that display will just go away again. The solar system, this turns it on and off. If I turn this off, we go to here, this goes dark. So whenever you're wanting to have solar charge, you want to make sure that this is in the on position, and also the battery disconnect at the back must be on as well. So this unit has a big inverter system, as we know. It's controlled from here. And I'm going to show you something. If I press this button, nothing is going to happen. The reason why is because we are plugged into power. You do not want to try to run an inverter and have power coming in at the same time. So I'm going to disappear outside and get us unplugged, and we'll see what it does. Alright, so we've made sure that our battery system is on. Our Xantec system is making sure that we're getting current through everything. And now that we're unplugged, press that, turns on, and now our inverter system is working. So if we want to be running anything in the coach, such as our air conditioner, we're going to be able to run it off the batteries. I do recommend that you're not running it for hours at a time though, draining those batteries. Up front in the driver's area, Mercedes-Benz has made it very simple for you. All you have to do is ask Mercedes things. We'll do a little bit of an example here. I'm gonna just start her up. We can control our volume for the radio here. But if I want to say, "Hi Mercedes,
how may I help you?
Please turn on navigation.
Please say the destination."
10299 McDonald Park Road.
I am starting route guidance to 10,299 McDonald Park Road.
Which, by the way, folks, is exactly
Please
where we
proceed to
are.
the highlighted route.
And there we are. Hi Mercedes.
Route guidance canceled.
Hi Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Please return to radio display.
She's very obliging. So John, does that wrap up this demonstration of the 2021 Revel 44E?
I would say pretty much. Heater controls are mostly the same as all other Mercedes vans. You can play with paddle shifting for your gears. It has lane assist. It'll slow you down if you get too close to somebody. It'll bring you back into your lane if you drift off a little bit. And I will say, if you've been driving for too long and the little beep has happened too many times, a little coffee cup is going to come up and say, time to take a break.
That's cute.
Enjoy your unit and have lots of fun.